Hi, and welcome back to Q&A with Spirit. Welcome if you're new here. This is going to be part 2 of my 3-part series on how to use a pendulum. In part 1, I discussed what a pendulum is, what it can be used for, how to choose one, important steps to take before using one, how to calibrate, and types of questions to ask and not ask. If you haven't watched that one, I highly recommend you go back and check it out. The link to that video will be in the description below. In this video, I'm going to be going over the pendulum boards that I co-created with my higher self, Alahna, to help you to connect more deeply and receive more in-depth guidance from your higher self. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to show you a fun little game that Alahna and I play every night before I go to bed. Okay, so I have created 6 pendulum boards. The first one is your basic letters and numbers. This one obviously can be used to spell words or anything to do with numbers. And I'll be honest with you, for me, using the spelling is a little bit hit or miss. Sometimes she will spell real words and other times not so real words. So I think it just takes a little bit more practice. I then have a board that we created to help you locate lost items that may be in your home or around your home. I'm going to go over that more in part 3. And then we have 4 boards that have many words already on it. And this one is geared mostly towards the spiritual journey. We've got one that's more about life. And then we've got this one that's more geared towards your healing journey. And this one is kind of, the extra words that we came up with, plus space for you to include your own words. Now, as you can see, also, we've got our yes, our no, our rephrase, can't answer, and then if your higher self wants to point to other board, or if he or she just wants to let you know that they love you. Okay, so how do we use these? Well, generally, you can ask questions and receive answers, but what you can also do is you can, which is what I do, is when I'm done asking my questions, I will ask my higher self if there's anything else that she would like to share with me. And she always says yes. So then I will ask her if she wants to use, this board that's in front of me, and she'll either say yes or no. If she says no, then I move on to the next board until we find the one that she wants to use. And once we've chosen it, I'm just going to, hold the pendulum in the center of the board like so. And I'm going to say, okay, please let me know what you want to say. And she's going to point in a direction. Now, as you can see, in each direction, there are 3 different words. So this is a great opportunity for you to strengthen your intuition. As she's pointing in that direction, I want you to feel which word you believe she is pointing to. And then you can confirm if you're right or wrong. So you can just say, you can hold it, over your hand and just say, were you pointing to travel? And she'll either tell you yes or no. Then so when she first says a word, you're probably not, there's a good chance you're not going to know what she's talking about yet. So then you can say, can you please expand upon that? And she'll say yes or no. Usually it'll be yes. And then you say, with this board. and she'll say yes or no. So if it's no, you go to another board. So eventually, you'll get some words, and hopefully using your intuition, you'll be able to figure out or kind of figure out what she's saying. And because you're not getting a perfect sentence, right? So using your intuition, you're going to try to decipher what the message is. And then you can confirm what you think she's trying to say and just say, are you trying to tell me blah, 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 blah? And she'll either say yes or no. So it's a really, really great tool to be able to bring forth more information than you would if you were just asking yes or no questions. And now I've personally been able to find out stuff about my past lives, about my soul plan, soul contracts, shifts that are taking place in my life. And she also actually brought through other members of my spirit team to talk to me, and even Source. So that was really cool. She even told me that there is a galactic being, one of my star family members, that I'm going to be working with in the near future, along with an ancestor of mine. So I'm pretty excited about that. So these pendulum boards, they contain 170 words plus the spaces where you can add your own words. So really, it's pretty limitless to what information you can receive through working with these pendulum boards. So I hope you will give them a try, and I would love to hear about your experience. And also, I'd love to hear what words you add into those blank spaces. So if you could let me know in the comments below, that would be amazing. And the other great thing that I've been experiencing is after I do a session with my higher self, sometimes later that day or the next day, I'll be on YouTube and a video will pop up into my awareness, and I will feel called to watch it. And it's usually a creator who does card readings or channeled readings, and I'll listen to it. And even though the reading is meant for the collective, it will feel like a personal reading just for me. This person will be saying the same words that I just received for my pendulum board use, confirming the message that my higher self had just given me. And I'm not lying when I say there was 2 times where in the reading that I watched on YouTube, the person said my name. Like, this happened 2 times. And one time she mentioned, this could be for someone who has a birthday coming up. And it was like 2 days before my birthday. So just wild how, your higher self and spirit in general can communicate with us. Have you ever experienced anything like that before? I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you a little fun game that I like to play with my higher self, Alahna, before I go to bed. And it involves oracle cards. These are Kyle Gray's Angel Guide. And all I do is I shuffle them up, and then I cut them, split them in half, put them the 2 halves side by side on the table or the bed. And then I hold my pendulum just in front in the middle, and I ask my higher self to choose a pile. And she'll either swing one this way or that way. Whichever she doesn't choose, I put away. If I'm unsure, I'll just put my hand on and say, is this the pile you wanted to choose? And she'll say yes or no. So then I have the pile she chose, and I cut that one in half again, and I do that same process. And I do that a few times until we get down to just a few cards. And then I'll lay those cards out in a circle. I'll put the pendulum in between, and then I'll ask her to choose a card. And I swear to you, every single time she chooses a card that is absolutely perfect for what I need to hear at the moment. So if you have cards, I highly recommend you give that a shot too. So that's it for this video. In my next video in part 3, we're going to be discussing how you can connect to your subconscious mind to bring through information that your body wants to share with you, and also about your limiting beliefs. We will go over energy healing, how you can activate and balance your chakras. And we will also go over how you can use the pendulum board and other tools to locate lost items, pets, and people as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you're planning to come back for part 3, which will be dropping tomorrow. Until then, have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.